What the hell is this? Oh my goodness. In this video, I'm gonna go over why I love real estate so much, because you never know what you're gonna see. Yeah, we're going right there, right behind me. You see a property like this, and you see land over here like this, you know, there's somebody else that actually owns that land. And at the same time too, right over here, this home right over there, that home, you don't actually know who owns this home. So just somebody owns that property. You never know their story. You never know who purchased the property. What was the story behind the property? I mean, there's so many cool things that you're gonna find out pertaining to real estate. And that's kind of why I believe everybody has to be educated in real estate. One of my missions is gonna be education, just educating the everyday consumer on do's and don'ts and things that people just don't know about real estate, just like comps. Well, how do you actually get a true value of a comp? When it comes down to your taxes, how can you lower your taxes? How can you improve your taxes? When's a good time to buy? When's a bad time to buy? There's so many different things pertaining to real estate that people just do not know, and this is not their thing. So one of my goals is just to make it as simple as possible. Just like when it pertains to that property, you can find out any information that you personally want on a property. All you have to do is go to county records. You have to get the property address. You can go to an app like LANDLORD.com, or you can go to another one, and you can just get people's information. But the catch is, to get their information is one thing, but the second thing is, what are you going to do with it? So for me, this is kind of what I do. I purchase properties all day long, from regular houses, single families that need a lot of work, to commercial buildings or mobile homes or manufactured homes or land. I just personally am intrigued and fascinated by every single story. Is completely different, and I really just want to help them. Sometimes we buy them, sometimes we not. Sometimes I refer them someplace else. Sometimes I just want them to win. So if they're going to make the most amount of money and I'm purchasing it, great. If they're going to make the most amount of money and they need to retail it or put it on the market, great. I mean, whatever's going to work for the client, it doesn't really change for me. My biggest thing is, they've got to, you know, sometimes you have to be realistic as well whenever you're selling a property too. And what I mean by that is, if your property needs a lot of work, I hate to tell you, the next person probably can't get a mortgage on it just because it needs to be insured. You can't try to insure a car that is needs a ton of work. It has engine issues, the tires falling off, the AC's out. Can you get insurance? Probably not. Like, you're gonna have a hard time getting insurance because it's a horrible property, or the value is really decreasing. You paid cash for it. Try to purchase a car with 200,000 miles on it. You're not gonna be able to get financing. They don't do that. You gotta buy it cash. So anyway, hopefully this is helping. We'll share a little bit more about this story, but right now this is part one of why I love real estate. And really, you should too. One is this property that we're seeing, the road cuts off, comes into a dirt road. Not a big issue, but we need to find out what is actually happening over here, what is actually happening over here, and how is the actual neighborhood of this street right now. So if you look at the entire street, there's properties that need a lot of work that hasn't sold, and it's just kind of sitting there. Other individuals, just like if you see right over there, that roof is actually going bad. You could tell because the coloration has already changed. That means that roof is probably about 20 years old. Compared to this roof, that's a brand new roof, and you could tell because the shingles, it's tri-dimensional shingles, and right there, the tri-dimensional shingles, you can tell obviously that's a brand new roof compared to that one. So hopefully you guys can kind of see the difference between the two. So those are the things I'm looking for whenever I see a property. I'm looking for, how's the roof? What does the tri-dimensional shingles look like? What's the coloration? Is it concrete block? That's a manufactured home. That's concrete block. Two different things. Frankly, that's a mobile home. No, anything made in 1981 or above is actually called a manufactured home. And then that's a two-story structure. Well, this two-story structure, what's the story behind here? So you're looking at every single property. Then you got an old bungalow style house right here. And this old bungalow style house is actually a wood frame property. Whenever you're looking at a property, or for me, it's whenever I'm purchasing a property, those are things I'm looking for. So I have to give somebody the honest opinion of like, hey, Your roof's gonna need some work. Here's why it needs some work. So we gotta kind of decrease or increase the value. It all matters. There's so many stipulations. That's why every property is different and every story is different. Hopefully you're getting a lot out of this. And then we're still checking out this property, and I don't even really know if that's gonna work for us, but I'm already over here. I might as well see if I can help these individuals and just kind of go from there, just because you really don't know. Again, every single scenario is completely different. So if you got a scenario that's kind of weird and you don't wanna PM me on the bottom, if you don't want to leave a comment because it's kind of private message me, DM me, wherever you're finding this private message, and then I'll see exactly what I personally think about that property. Probably it's something I buy, probably it's something I can't, but you know, educating yourself is not going to hurt you. And again, every single scenario is different and you just don't know. And just because your friend is a realtor and has been a realtor for a couple of years and you think they're successful, remember, realtors are not investors. They're not looking at it from an investment standpoint, and they don't, a lot of times, what I have found 9 times out of 10, they've never done construction. You know, and I've been doing this 18 years, so it's a little bit different. Me and Bridget, we've been doing this a long time. So when you do it a long time and you have a lot of mess ups and screw ups, that's a good thing, because now that means it's like, hey, I understand what you're going through. I understand, hey, real quick, floors can range anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. And these are the kind of floors I would recommend you put in your property if you want to sell it for max. See, that only comes from experience. You can't read a book on that. Try to read a book pertaining to riding a bicycle and try to see if you can ride your bicycle just reading a book. No, you can't. You actually got to get on and do it and screw it up and screw it up. And I've got the book on it, literally. I have got the t-shirts, the trophies. I've got the awards. I've got the award set of screw ups, okay? So I admit that. My biggest thing is now with my screw ups and also all my successes goes back to you guys who is watching. So hopefully you're getting a lot of stuff out of this. What I'm going to do is, right now, my biggest thing is I want to talk about, again, why I love real estate, why you should understand real estate, and hopefully you're getting educated whenever somebody like myself, a professional home buyer, is going to a neighborhood. This is kind of what we're thinking about and what we're looking for. You want to find that professional home buyer that understands that and is really being transparent with you and showing you these are the actual numbers. So let me get out of here. Again, this is part 1 on why I love real estate. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you the rest of this content, but stick to part 2. We're going to give you a little bit more detail on the next deal. Talk to you guys. Bye.